What's going on, everyone? Today we've got a monster of a video today. We're talking over upper body training. Past couple of videos I've addressed the lower body training and how we can go about that. Now, I'm always getting this question on Twitter. I posted this a couple of days ago about upper body training, and I always talk about a 4-day upper lower split. That is just one way you can train. It's not the be all and end all. But again, it's one of the splits that I would recommend for people to train with, especially if you're not getting results, if you're not where you want to be with your training. Again, just switching to an upper lower split 2 times a week can make the world of difference. Now, I spoke about that on Twitter, and I got a lot of questions about how do we organise upper body training. Can you tell me about the sets and reps? Now, obviously, it's hard to go into detail on Twitter. I only have like 280 characters for a tweet, so I wanted to save this for a YouTube video. So what I'm going to walk you through, again, this is just an example. Take this with a pinch of salt. I'm not telling you to go and do this exactly, but this is the type of format and guidelines that I would wholeheartedly recommend. Now, if you're watching this and you're already getting results with your training, just keep doing what you're doing. But if you're someone, you're struggling to get results, you're not seeing the muscle gain, strength gain, whatever, you're not seeing the results that you want, this might be for you, because you have no idea. Every time I post something about upper lower splits, or yesterday I posted I posted a tweet about my lower body routine, what I'd done for a pull session, and it was a total of 14 sets in the workout. And there was a lot of people telling me what they'd done, and they do 20, 30 sets in a workout, and instantly it sets the alarm bells ringing off to me. If you can do 20, 30 sets in one workout, the intensity it's not there. So again, this is going to be helpful for a lot of people, okay? So this is upper body training. Now, as I say, we're going to be going over a two times a week upper body day frequency, okay? So we're going to be hitting chest and back and arms twice a week. So we're going to do that on a Tuesday and a Friday. Gives us 3 days rest in between. Stimulate on Tuesday, 3 days of growth and recovery over the 3 days, and you'll be good to go again for Friday, okay? Now, as I said, this is just an example of exercise selection and rep ranges. These are not set in stone. What I want people to see is sort of more of the amount of total sets and the volume and how you can go about things, okay? And I'm just going to walk you through a couple of what I think is really good exercises, and I'm going to walk through each one of them now, okay? So here we go. So we'll start off with upper day 1. Now, again, I've just put a bench press in there just because I think the bench is a great movement. It's not the be all end all of chest development, but as I say, if you get good at bench press over time with a good range of motion, it's a potent stimulus for growth of the pecs. So again, it's a great exercise. So we've got that in there, okay? 3 good sets of bench press. That takes us into pull-up. Again, the weighted stretch components of a good pull-up. Look at all the calisthenics athletes, people who do a lot of pull-ups. They've got absolutely jacked backs. Don't listen to anyone who says that pull-ups are not optimal. Pull-ups are a fantastic exercise. They're just extremely difficult, that's all it is. Cables and machines, they're great, but you can't go wrong with being able to move your body weight through space and time. Again, you get good at pull-ups and their different variations, it's going to show in your back density, width, depending on which grip you do. But I've just got a pull-up in there, 3 good sets of pull-ups. You can't go wrong when it goes to back hypertrophy, okay? Third one, this is for the machine enthusiasts out there. Now, machines are great, as we know. We're locked into position. You don't have to stabilise anything. Target muscle detects that. You can really get to work. One of the best pieces of equipment to train our chest is a good chest press, convergent chest press machine, which comes in and you really get that stretch and that squeeze on the pecs as you come in. Again, a good hammer strength or any type of chest press machine, it's invaluable, very good machine, okay? So you have a bench press, you get some heavier load with the free weights, then we go right into a chest press machine, best of both worlds, okay? So 3 good sets of chest press machine, and then we go into one of the best back exercises for upper back thickness, rhomboids, a little bit of trap development. There's a chest supported T-bar row. Again, We have no axial loading of the spine. That's why I think bent over rows are not the best exercise and things like that. Any sort of chest supported row is worth their weight in gold when it comes to back development. So that has to be in there. If your gym has one of them, utilise it, okay? 3 good sets of that. Then we get into the isolation work. Now, that's 6 sets of chest work and 6 good sets of back work. That's more than enough. If you're training those sets hard, which I'm going to get into at the end of the video, if you're training all of them hard, that is more than enough, okay? Then we get into our isolation stuff, some tricep push downs and cable curls. Now don't forget, you might be thinking, oh, there's only 3 sets. You are going to get a little bit of stimulation from your bench and the chest presses on the triceps, just a little bit, okay? Same with the T-bar rows and pull-up, you're going to get a little bit of bicep stimulation. So 3 sets is going to suffice, okay? So if you look, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, that's 18 total sets for that upper body session, okay? Now, upper body sessions in general, they're going to have a little bit more total sets than, shall we say, lower body, because we know how systemically fatiguing lower body training is. 18 sets for your upper body that's fine. Once you start creeping 20 plus to the 30 plus sets per upper body workout, for me, you're doing too much shit. That's the problem, okay? So that's day 1, right? And as I say, that's on Tuesday. We've got 3 days recovery, and then we come in again on Friday, right? So let's go into this. First one, incline dumbbell press. Now again, we can get a full stretch with the dumbbells, okay? We can work each hand independently. It's another little bit of a variation from always being stuck with a barbell and a machine. Again, incline dumbbell presses, great exercise. 3 good sets of those. 1 arm dumbbell rows. Again, you can get that weighted stretch in the bottom position. 1 arm dumbbell rows are a great back exercise when performed correctly. Okay, so 3 good sets of those. And then this is where it gets a bit interesting and where people might think, weighted dips, why are we only doing 2 sets? When we look at the overall weekly volume of per muscle group, which I'm going to show you in a minute, it will start to look sense or make sense. So we're going to do weighted dips, 2 sets of 10 to 12, okay? Then into supinated pull down, 2 sets of 12 to 15. And then we're going to get into more isolation work when it comes into rope overhead extensions and Sparta curls, 3 sets each, okay? So as far as exercise selection goes, I think all of those are, I would put them in top tier category for exercise selection for each of those muscle groups, okay? Now, let me get into the important point of this video, which is it's the overall weekly volume for each muscle group per week. Now, this is what sparked the video, that, as I say, people are doing too much work per muscle group per week, and they're wondering why they're not seeing results, okay? So if you have a look, total chest sets for the week, it's 11. If we combine them, both of them workouts, that's 11 good sets for chest. People are out here doing 30 sets for chest. No wonder you've got fucking shoulder pain and your elbows are in bits. You're doing too much. It's the same for your back as well. Look, 11 good sets. Why are you doing 30 sets for back? It's dumb, okay? Biceps and triceps, both 6. As I said, you're going to be getting a little bit of stimulation from all the other stuff as well, but 6 hard sets for biceps and triceps is going to be a good range. Again, we can manipulate the amount of total sets as you go through a training block if you need to. A lot of this is individual as well. You may start off with this. You may be recovering well and making good amounts of gains, but then if you are making good amounts of gains and you're recovering well, why would you change anything? If you were doing this amount of work and training hard enough, I guarantee you're going to see results, okay? So that takes us into delts and traps. People are probably wondering, look, this isn't an individualised training split. If someone has a weakness in their side delts, they may drop out a little bit of chest volume. They may only do 8 sets for chest because their chest could be a strong point. And then you could take 3 of these chest sets from somewhere and do a little bit more direct deltoid work. Or same with traps. Someone could have a trap weakness. Take 3 back sets away and do direct trap work. That's where the individualisation comes in. But I would not be doing these 6 exercises and then put side delt work in and then trap work in, and then you're doing 8 sets or 8 exercises in a workout, that's when it starts to become garbage volume. You're already doing 18 good sets here. If you start adding in delt work and trap work and you're doing 24, 25 sets, that just starts to become garbage, because as you start to get to the end of the workout, fatigue is going to accumulate, systemic fatigue. How stimulative is a 7th or 8th exercise going to be here? Not very, so stop wasting your time with shit, okay? So all of that, the volume and the exercise selection and how you can work your split. Now this is extremely important, right? Now, rest time in between sets, this is something where a lot of people are always fucking up. They're doing bench press or the big movements and they're taking 90 seconds of rest, going straight into something. Your body is fatigued, the nervous system isn't ready, the muscles, the synergistic muscles, nothing is ready. Even your cardiovascular system might not be ready to put the most amount of potential you could into that set. Make sure you're resting 2 to 5 minutes in between sets. If you do a bench press and you need 5 minutes rest, take it. I'd rather you take 5 minutes rest and give me 3 extremely stimulative sets than do 3 sets of absolute shit with 90-second rest. Think about it. Yeah, it might take you a little bit longer. It might take you 15 minutes to do 3 sets of bench press, but you're going to get better gains by doing that than trying to do your 3 bench press sets in 6 minutes. You need to just think, what am I trying to do? Am I trying to get the most amount of gains possible? Well, make sure you rest in 2 to 5 minutes. Stop fucking about with these short rest times going into sets when the body is not ready for it to be a stimulative set. That is the key, okay? We want everything that we're doing, everything here needs to be a stimulative set. That's why this volume isn't as high to moderate. If you want to do 20, 30 sets, that just shows that you're just doing a lot of shit. This, it's quality work, okay? So that's the 2 to 5 minute rest. All sets need to be within 0 to 3 reps in reserve on average, okay? You're probably going to find most of your sets are going to be 1 to 2 reps in reserve. That means you've got 1 or 2 good reps in the tank. All of this, again, is close to failure. It's quality work. We're not doing any of this and leaving 7 reps in the tank. That's another telltale sign. If someone can have like 7 or 8 reps in the tank, they're the types of people who are doing 20, 30 sets. They're not training hard enough. As I say, all of this is in a 0 to 3 reps in reserve mark, and it's going to be more than enough volume, okay? Final point, it's beat the logbook over time. You know I'm big on this. Now, if you're watching this and your training results are just garbage, you're just not seeing anything, right? If you were to run this, right, for 12 weeks, and you really focus on beating the logbook from week to week, you improve your numbers on all of these exercises over 12 weeks, I guarantee you're going to see some sort of results. And then when you get to the end of that, this is where variation comes in. A couple of exercises could get stale after 12 weeks. You maybe could switch a couple of them out. That's where smart variation comes in. And then you go again, you run a couple of different batches of exercises for 12 weeks, focusing on beating the logbook. If you follow all these principles, it's about doing this for years. I can't make it any simpler than this. People are always looking for the magic pill. It doesn't exist. It's following these basic principles and doing it for a long time. You're going to get somewhere. People are always just following all sorts of shit on the internet. If you follow this, look at some of my leg training videos as well that I've spoke about here. Combine the leg training and the upper body training. I guarantee you could run those for a long time and you're going to see results, okay? Stop looking at Instagram for your workout routines with all these big juice heads who are doing 30-set workouts and all this shite. They're feeding you false hope. This is the type of volume that you'll need if you're training hard, especially as a natural, okay? So again, take this information on board, put it to good use, make sure you're extremely consistent. I haven't even spoke about the sleep and nutrition. We know all about that. We can do all of this, but if the sleep and the nutrition is garbage, nothing is going to happen. You need to get the 3 things locked in, okay? But that's like beating a dead horse. I've spoke about sleep and nutrition. I don't know how many times everyone gets sick of hearing it, but it's the standard. It's what you need, okay? And then have a good training program like this. It's going to be impossible not to make gains if you've got everything in order, okay? So just let me know what you think. Let me know if any of you run this for the next 12 weeks, or if you try it, let me know. Just give me some comments down below. Let me know what you think of the video. any more questions or any video ideas you have, what would you like to hear about, just let me know, give me a message below. Alright, talk to you in the next one.